Well, hey, ladies and gents, guys and gals, welcome back to part number 68 here on Riverview. No tears, because this is the final episode. On this map, anyway. It's been a good map. Oh, must be a good map whenever. Let me see, where is that? 554 hours played on it. So it has to be a good map. Now, I wasn't sitting at the screen the whole time. Obviously, that course play and auto drive do quite a bit. I went off and done other things, but hey. So if I scroll back up here, we'll bring up the full map. As you can see, guys, everything is harvested. Well, apart from 41, but that's just that poplar growing back, and it's not going to be ready next season, so I'm not hanging about for another season just to wait for that field. Always a good idea. I think we should maybe take a run around and have a look at what we did, whatever, what fleet we had, and everything else. So let's start at this end of the farm. Obviously here we had our pigs, cows, chickens, sheep, and horses, but yeah, we'll get rid of them because I don't think they're worth the money. If it's just, I don't know if it's just this map or it's the game, but they're just not worth the money. I think this is where we made most of our dosh from, though. Sheep. Obviously the sheep went into the tailor, or not the tailor, sheep went to the spinnery, which then went to the tailor, which made clothes, which made us stupid money to start with. Well, not stupid money, but good money to start with. So the sheep were our bigger ones. We've done a lot of the transport around it. There's plenty of these wee Isuzu vans parked around the map at different places with auto load on it. That was on the back of a Unimog, but the Unimog, as I say, last episode updated and it went, so yeah. There's a few bits and pieces of equipment missing, like the pallet all-road trailers and stuff that we had, because, yeah, when I did the update on those, it updated the game version. So, yeah. Barn one of our dairy cows. 420 animals in here. As you can see, there's quite a bit of milk in there we never got around to using. Sheep-wise, I think the sheep need fed, actually, but... yeah, 500 sheep in there. Horses that were full. We actually started taking horses out of that and down to the other place, the other farm, to breed them. Yeah, so 500 chickens. No, oh, 900 chickens. Okay, a lot of eggs there. We 240 pigs. We sold 20 in the last episode as well. I think we just ended up after. Yeah, we bought this near enough at the start. I think this thing here. But after a while, we were upgrading the trailers and stuff. I think this is just mainly used for feeding the chickens up here. I don't think you've seen that much of it. Again, just a few different silos in here. Chicken feed, multi-buy silo in case it didn't run out of anything. On the other side of here, lime, seeds, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. Just buy functions. The Kamaz, yeah, we used them to start for running around. There's the other one in there, look. For harvest and stuff, then I think we just swapped them out, and I think I just basically used them for feeding the animals there. The Massey again, well, we get their pallet all load up and going. We didn't really need that so much, so that's it hasn't really moved that much, has it? Yeah, and of course manure pit, we need a lot of money out of that, but we'll go through that and we'll go down to the BGA. Wow, 137,000 litres in there. We didn't get rid of that the last time. The straw barn, the hay barn, the hay loft, whatever you want to call it, we stopped using that after a while because we came across the better version of it, which is over here. Grass dryer, didn't really need it for this map as such, because the TMR mixer we were using, well, once we got the TMR mixer in, it started using just normal grass instead of hay, so, yeah, we didn't really get too much use out of that. This are bale storage, but I can also get it out loose as well as bales. This is where we, replace the hay loft in a way. Drop everything in here. It's loose and bales, and then it comes out here as looser bales. That really made a difference, guys. Really made a difference. Then we had over here was our fertilizer maker. You put your manure in there, digestator slurry in there, and we got solid fertilizer out. That was more or less just automated. I think after maybe putting that in maybe one or two times you've seen it, and then it was just automated after that. You never really got to see it then, did we? But it's, you know, pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, before we got our bale store in, we had to, because we couldn't use courseplay to pick up anything off the field, straw or grass when it came to windrows. Everything was baled and brought up, and then it was, you know, basically just ground up in the loose material for our TMR mixer by our hay buster there. Then we have our TMR mixer and our fermenting silo, both heavily used on the side of the farm. I think that's everything in this part. Power washer, we never used that too much, did we? Repair shop, yeah. This is our second cow barn. We have 500 animals in here as well, which we got a bit of milk out of. They need food too. 320,000 litres, so there's well over 500,000 litres of milk here that I haven't used yet. More manure and whatnot. Manure and slurry were really helping us make money at the end of this map. We bought those now a couple of episodes ago. With 3 of those, we didn't really use them after a while. Just to deliver milk around the place. They are from, let's see if I can get this right, that pack there, the LSFM Universal Tank Pack. Turn a circle and there's rubbish, so not good for a wee tight map like this. Yeah, we've seen that in operation a couple of times, you know, diesel maker. I never get around to editing it. I don't know if I like it. I've seen maybe better ones out there for producing diesel. Just some equipment then, you know, their Unimog sprayer. This has been here from the start, actually. I forgot all about this. Just a cultivator. It's been there from day one. I think that was part of the starting equipment. We never really used the wheel rake either once we got the forage wagon up and going. And then we were using the forage harvester as well to cut our grass. Just a ruler. Used quite a bit actually, that. Small sprayer, fertilizer. Our small... Ah, okay. We did on this have a smaller class Arian, which when we updated the class pack disappeared. But that's what we were putting our fertilizer on. And then obviously a mulcher. Here we go. Here we go. This is coming into the proper place now. This is our class garage. Our saddle track with the slurry add on the back. Never really got to use it too much, guys, because I'm waiting on course plate on auto drive, basically filling up this stuff. So I can send the slurry, you know, put course plate out in the field, and then when it empties, bring it up, fill it full of slurry or digest it, and go back to the field again. It hasn't been perfected yet, so we never really got too much use out of that, but it's a nice looking machine. Couple of Xerions. Self-explanatory, really. Just a couple of big tractors. Couple more Xerions. Definitely think this was the better used one, but that was one that was converted with help from Nolan. Then we have our tracked vehicle here. Didn't like the turning circle on that. And of course our Axion. Lexion 8900 and the new Treon, 2 harvesters we used. Headers are over in the corner. Go to there a second. I think that was just another mulcher. No, that was not a plow or cultivator. I can't remember. That was definitely a mulcher. Header. We just used that, kept fueling that. Headers then over here with another corn harvester header, and 2 of the 10.4 Convio 1080s on header trailers. Multi-liquid tank. Just stores all the liquids. I was bringing everything down to that and then send it off, but at the end it was just easier to send it from the cows. Over here we have that's another ruler, just a big large one. Baler. That is the pickup header for forage harvester. Never really used that too much actually. And then we have our big M450. Then this is where we really started getting into our production side of things over here. We have the Buster's Liquid BCG CT660 Liquid Transport. There's our sugar beet harvester, and that was our... No, sorry, sugar cane harvester, and that was our sugar beet harvester. Headers. A wee bit OP, but hey. So that was the sugar cane one. The beet one's on it. The potato harvester is around near where we did the potato field. We'll get down to this area in a second. Let's quick run up to the silo. So yeah, that's our 3 horse prontos. Then our DB68. The horse maestro we bought later on. I think only in the last couple of episodes. And then obviously the busters 26, 23 ply. Just a couple of trailers. The case we bought just for a bit of crack, I think, because we could afford it. 115.5 million in the bank. Why not bad? That class, did we start out with that, I think, as well? And that's when we bought in the recent episodes, whenever we could start picking up straw with Courseplay and auto drive. Greenhouses at the moment, some of them are out of stuff. For example, I think that one's out of manure. Yeah, manure. These are obviously mods that take seeds, manure, and water to grow. So a wee bit different than game ones. So it was two lettuce, 2 strawberry, and 2 tomato. We started off picking them all up, but then once we got busier on the farm, the whole map they're on, we just put them on distribute. So the computer does it itself. A couple of extra wee greenhouses over here. We had the what was that again? Well, that was onions. I know that much. I can't remember. And then this is where we put out the grape greenhouse just to test it out. We'll see more of that in another farm. And of course, then just a sell point for our first. I think that was our first production we placed down, was the ketchup factory. Now we do own all the in-game productions like the sawmill and etc. But this is the first sort of modded production we put down, where we got our tomato and ketchup from. Again, as the map just got busier and busier, we've changed it from me taking an hour and a bit to go around the map every morning, sell all the stuff, to just letting, it sell itself. I know we didn't get as much money for it, but yeah, I don't think we need it. And of course, then over here we have our stone picker and lime spreader, or whatever we want. It's just that lime or fertilizer that does. Modded stone crusher, which gives us out lime, and it's just a storage area for stones. I mean, as you can see, I've got 132,000 stones in here. Yeah, it doesn't even look like it. It's the Brent we use for seeds, and then a buy point for manure whenever we first started for the greenhouses. Never needed that after a while. Could have probably sold it off. Quick rundown. This is our earth fruit silo. So, as you can see, we do potatoes, sugar beets, and sugar cane in there. Nearly 1 million sugar beet in there, look. Yeah. We did have a Unimog on this. It's just a cargo bull kipper. But again, the Unimog disappeared. We basically just used that to sell stuff and whatever else. Is that all the equipment up here? Well, you've seen the sawmill and the grain mill now. We don't really need to go over there, do we? Probably not. One of the... Oh, what's that? Oh, that's the header for RX9. I forgot I didn't take that across. One of the crowning achievements down here in a second after this is just our bee farm, whatever you call it, hives. There's a name for it, I can't remember what it is, but it went into this larger spawner which holds like 30,000 litres or something. Yeah, there you go. Which means that everything that takes honey is full. Yeah. We also had shelves as well. Do you remember the shelves that I was putting stuff into? And for example, the wool and stuff, and it was distributing it around the place. It was selling some honey, but the shells, again, when I updated the mod, changed the game version with the 1.4 patch, and we lost it because that's still a 1.3. Pardon me. For me to change up a game version, I couldn't get the save game back, so I rolled it back to this version. HR4, well, it took a bit of building, hey? It worked better than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be another one of our wooden bridges. I thought it was going to fail miserably, but it actually worked. Auto drive came across it, no problem. Probably could have smoothed it out a bit better at the edges, but hey. It worked. I'm pretty happy. As you can see, we've got stones lying all over the place. Yeah. Let's go down this way. Next, and we'll stop off down here. Yeah, well, this is only from. This isn't this oldest power plant facility or biomass power plant. That was kept down at our deer farm, the Lieber. That there's new. Haven't really used it that much. We'll see. Maybe next map, maybe get some more use out of it. Just another bale shed and a wood chip storage place, because that's what this takes. Not too sure if it's worth it. Well, we'll try. We'll maybe see. Maybe try it again. And then we had our paper mill, which we just brought wood chips down into, and it gives out pallets of paper. After a while, as I say, it's just a sale area for it. When we had the pallets, I just put it on the sale rather than store. Over there is just the oil factory. I have nothing down there. Here we have just another wee farm I bought. Didn't really use it for anything apart from storing some equipment. There was a couple of pigsties down here, another chicken coop, another silo. But we never used it for anything. It's just apart from storage, as I said. It's our X9, the corn header. We've seen the other header, the Gerber header up there. Another ply. What we got here? This is our 8530 with a lime spreader behind it. Then we have our 4045, I think that is. Yep. That was just for herbicide, believe it or not. Our 9620 RX with that's a Buster's one as well, because it has my logo and all on it. Yay. Thanks, Owen. Again, just a big ruler, because it was a huge field, that cotton field, and the DB120 that decided it was going to have silver wheels. Pass. Don't know. Go over to the cotton field next. Again, just a couple of seed and fertilizer points. That was a big field until we got the 120s going on it. It was just our man 4x4 V8 and the round bale cotton headers, or cotton trailer. And then just a couple of, the CS770s for harvesting the cotton. Next one, oh, sugar mill. Next one is down here. What do we got? Where are we? Down here. This is where we really, when we discovered placing vines in a map wasn't really worth it. I found these greenhouses. Some done olives, some done grapes. So we put these down to change from doing, the vines or olive trees. So we just grew it in greenhouses and got the pallets. Put a couple of grape ones down and a couple of the olive ones down. Just a pallet storage area. Is it called underground storage or something, was it? I can't remember off the top of my head. I think there's anything in there at the minute. No. It was just to store stuff, really. Our sugar beet cutter, because everything else was rubbish. Finally upgraded the speed on it a bit. Does work a bit faster. Silo, I don't think we really used the silo down here that much. A couple of times. Marshall trailer with grain in it to feed the chickens down here. I think there was 500 there as well. Oh, 900 chickens down here too. This was our eggs coming out the place, look. This is our beef herd. 120. We have sold some of these, so there was more than this. Again, just another stone picker. Anything over there? Oh, more sheep. There's another 500 sheep down here too. I think they need fed too. Oh, yeah. So whenever we bred, the horses all got up to age over there. Just to make more room, I started bringing the older horses down here to fill this up. We filled this up as well. I just don't think the horses were worth it, guys. Buster's 8RX with another Brent trailer. Another one of the Isuzu wagons for autoloading. Just a Joskin animal transport. Another bale shed, because we really needed it down here for straw and stuff. And then we have here our Fortuna trailer with our 8010. Can't remember exactly the model number in this because 8410 this one is. As you can see, it was more or less running just manure constantly up and down to the BGA. That's all it was down here, really. We did own every field on the map as well. So let's take a run over. BGA's. So whenever we got this up and going, this was where our money came from. We made millions out of this place. Even if I bring up the last couple of days, now I know the finances only do the last couple of days, so let's have a quick peek here. So property income. Well, oh, okay, that was pretty good. Where's the BGA? Biopa, you know, 1.2 million, 5.8 million, and I haven't really looked at the last couple of days because we've been concentrating on harvesting. We've also got a lot of wood equipment down here, you know, our skid steer with the stump grinder. We never really used that once we got ourselves the brooks, did we? Yeah, so we see that it's just a chaff storage place. That was our last chaff, last chop and harvest. It was nearly 4.7 million. Over here was just a couple more of them DB120s that went completely silver. Our rotten wood harvester, modded version because it cut longer trees. We lost the autoload trailer for our wood because whenever we upgraded again, whenever I upgraded again, just the mod, it upgraded the game version and it went bye bye. Just another ruler, chrome big pack, baler, bale trolley, just a horse spreader, another stone picker, a couple more of the Buster's 2623 plows, just another spreader. I think one had lime in it, one had fertilizer. Then our chopper pack. We always had the two Fent katanas down here. The New Holland was kept up at the first farm scene there, the original farm, and that mainly just cut grass. The John Deere we brought in to replace the Krone Big X1180 because it wouldn't chop, or no, not that it wouldn't chop, it wouldn't work with Courseplay for some reason. Now I think that has been updated in the next version of Courseplay, which I'll update before we change map, because I'm going to update the game as well. And then the Class Jaguar we just bought for a bit of crack, a bit of fun because we could afford it. That's the one with the tire tracks and stuff on it. Again, Scania, what do we have the Scania for? I can't remember, but we had that for something else. I think that might have been on the logs. That was on the log trailer, and I bought one of the big Bergman ones for the back of it. It worked pretty well, so we went ahead and got ourselves a man and another one, just to test out the mod, I suppose. Probably going to be using this setup sort of for the BGA in the next map, because it's very much bigger fields. That was just a wee tank we bought to store some methane. Petrol tank we put down, seed fertilizer, herbicide, liquid fertilizer. The BGA for the methane. Very slow. I don't know if I'll bother with it again. I definitely don't think I'll bother with it again. It's just a mod of BGA that gives you methane out as well. Our Brooks chipper. What a godsend to have back. Just another trailer. Was it Bergman? No, Kruger. Bergman pickup wagon. We've done that bit on that. We'll just get over here done first. Our Fent ideal harvester. We've only used that a couple of times. An 8330 and a 4220. We originally bought that one to run the stump grinder, Then we upgraded, so we got that instead. They've had quite a bit of hours put on them, actually, so they have. Right, so down this side first, just a wood chip storage. We originally bought these 3-man tippers here to do the silage harvest. The problem I had with those was that if you watch when your tippers are tipping in on auto drive into your bunkers, whenever it gets to a certain point, it moves forward just slightly to let it more out. That just piled up a big pile behind it and gets stuck. Just another 4220 with I think we just run more or less just wood chips for that. And can't remember why we bought that, but we did. And never really used it. Must have used it a bit though, there's 3% damage on it. Right, so we grind now into here. This is the money maker. So whenever we put anything through there, be it slurry, manure from the animals, or silage, obviously it sold off everything. We got a methane value out of it. We got a value for electricity out of it, or power out of it. Then we got a load of digestate. Digestate went straight into here. Let's see if there's anything. No. Digestate went straight into this part. Then it went through a dryer and came out sort of like dry manure. Dry manure went straight back into there, which in turn give us power, give us methane. Both automatically sold from that one, and then it gives us digestate to stick back in there. But every time it went through this cycle, the digestate got a bit less, so the manure got a bit less. So it was always being topped up though from the farms. Just another stone crusher there for lime. We bought that to run the methane trailer, but I don't think we ever used it after that though. Fast and Furious sprayer. Our Volvo 770 with a kipper that was just used to empty the manure out of the digestate dryer. 3 trailers we ended up using for silage instead of the man tippers. Fent Black Beauty, and it's just I think it was a tanker that just held quite a bit more, so we used it for emptying the digestate into the digestate dryer. These I don't think I bought off screen, the 32 to 30 extras, just a couple of JCBs with a fortune of trailers. I bought them. Why did I buy them? I think that was to do with the chopper. When we chopped the poplars, I think that's why we got those. Oh look, the windows open the back. I never realised that. Oh well. And then over here, then we've just got a weight, random weight. I forgot about. Buck rake, the silage compactor, another buck rake. Our JCB we originally had for empty manure out before we realised that the manure pits, you just drove into the fill icon, it filled it for you. Another buck rake, so 3 different sizes, just for trying it out. Then we had our Frazee. That was just another 2 rollers for the big field out there. And then our fleet of fence, the 2 1050s, the 2 900 series. Oh no, what's that? That must be 900 there. Yeah. So 1050 there, 1050 there, 900. The Fent Black Beauties a 900 series, and then we had the 720s here for Dread Remember the fertilizer and stuff. Oh man, why am I yawning? I shouldn't be tired. What else do? Oh yeah, our production park. We'll have to see that before we go. So everything around here depends on mod. So we'll start down that area first. Way. Okay, guys, this is the garden. It's by the snake, I think it is. So it produces all these stuff, which we produced a lot of to start with, and then I kind of threw down this another storage warehouse over here just to keep it all in. As you can see, there's still stock in there. Okay. I forgot all about that. We sort of forgot about this area because once we got busy, apart from the sawmill, everything came from that, so all I had to do was keep that full of water and seeds. and then everything else just run the sole by itself because that's the way we had it set. The sawmill produced obviously pallets, it produced wood chips, and it produced resin. So yeah, it produced. If we go over here, then we go to our marmalade factory. Again, everything came out of the garden for this, and it just went into sold itself. Just another sell point when I was selling it. Fruit juices. So we got 4 different types of things out of that. We had cider, energy drink, fruit juice, and something else. Can't remember what the other one was. Yogurt. So I just took milk and sugar for that. What was that? Coffee. Yeah. So we put in caffeine in there. We got coffee out, I think it was. And then if we go down here, this just took another set of ingredients out of the garden. So tomatoes and pumpkins. Yeah. So again, I got that busy down here. We just set that to sell. Nothing else we could do really with it. It was taking me over an hour to go around all these sell points and clear them all out. But yeah, that was that's a decent set of mods. There is other mods that go with that. I know we got rid of the cigarette one because it was causing an error. I could have been updated by now, I don't know. But you know, there's other different mods that could be used with that. What's last? Oh yeah. Let's not forget our other place down here. Oh, bees. Yeah, our renewable energy farm. So got a few different wind turbines in there. Oh, they turn. They don't, but they turn because these were all facing this direction last time I looked at them. And then obviously quite a few solar panels down here as well. Just to give us a bit of a solar farm as well as a wind farm. And I think that's where a lot of that, you know, you've seen that property income came from, was here. Okay, the BGA sheds have solar panels on the roof and stuff as well, but, you know, I think that's where most of it came from. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. I think we've seen everything. Can't think of anything else we haven't seen. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the series here on Riverview. Don't forget, this map is available on the Mod Hub. I think it's on for consoles and PC, so if you fancy giving it a try, guys, go for it. It's a really, really nice map. You do have to be a fan of tight roads, hedges, and walls. Which we know I like anyway, because look, I put extra ones in. It really, really is a good map, guys. 550 odd hours. Let's have a quick look at the stats actually before we go. So yeah, 554 hours. We use loads of seeds, loads of fertilizers. Like, cut down 760 trees. End up giving up in that in a while because we were running out of places to put wood. There's no collectibles in the map, or none that I know of. I don't know if that's changed in the update. It might have. We're on here for 9 in-game years. Produced nearly 2,000 bales. Wow. I wouldn't like to pay that fuel bill in real life. So as you can see, guys, I mean, harvest time and all, that's for doing it yourself. That's not with course play doing it, because I mean, you know, we applied more. Yeah. Well, I suppose we didn't really harvest that many olives. That all came out of the thing. But we worked more time than 171 hours. I'll tell you that much. As I said, guys, any questions or comments, please go ahead and leave them down below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. I will be going on to the next map. I want to make a few changes on it, so if it's a day or so, maybe late, uploading. That's because I've went nuts. No, that's because I've made a few changes to the map and to getting it up and going. I have recorded this slightly ahead, so if you don't hear the comments right away on screen, that's why. It's our potato header. I'm just trying to get ahead of work because work's going to turn mental again. So, yes, guys, it's a sad day. We're leaving Riverview. But let's get positive. Next map's going to be 4X. I'll tell you the name of it on the next map. Or I'll tell you the name of it when we start it, actually. But yeah, for me for now and from Riverview, goodbye. And I'll see you on the next map.